meeting. So moved. McGowan,
I'll make the second to that, Mr. Molino.
is that Ms. Frazier, right?
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll move right into the action agenda. Kevin, that's up to you. Give us a discussion.
What we have on there is a festival space update. There are no action agenda, new business items, but we do have a festival space update. And I think if Mayor Blaze is on, I could turn it over to Mayor Blaze.
Yeah, I'm on, Kevin. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Been working with a lady that has a firm in Glens Falls called Events to a T. We have an application from her to use the Wood Festival Commons for lights. The concept is that she has reached out to municipalities, commercial businesses, and to some fire departments, and they would be putting up lighting displays similar to what you've seen in Albany and so forth, where people would be able to walk through the Festival Commons and enjoy a series of lighting displays throughout the holiday season. She's had excellent response. She's got 16 or 17 businesses, including some municipalities, already committed to create the displays that would take place beginning the weekend after Thanksgiving on Saturdays, Friday and Saturday evenings from 5 until 9 p.m. and run for 4 weekends or 11 nights until the Christmas season. She has been approved, had her plan approved by Ryan's committee for safety, because she will be only admitting a small number of people onto the grounds to go through the event. I've been working with her where we're trying to get some golf carts so that even they won't drive through the event. They'll walk around the circle with displays on both sides. We'll also have some holiday music playing, and she has also some live entertainment lined up. She's going to charge an admission fee of $5 per person to go through the event, and she is planning to give the funds, if there are any left over, to Operation Santa Claus, which you know has been impacted greatly also by the COVID. We have her application. We did not send it down yet because I was thinking that for 11 nights at a cost of $750 a night, it might not be approachable for her. There is no occupancy tax money left for her to be available. So what I'm suggesting, as we did in the past with some other events of this nature, only take place 4 hours a day, weekends in the winter, when we have no other applicants to use the field, that we charge her a fee of $500 a day, or a total of $5,500 for the 11 nights. Our members of our DPW will assist her in setting up the displays. We have adequate electrical service on the property. We will open up, obviously, the public restrooms. We'll have one attendant there, but once the displays are set up, they'll be stationary there for the entire 4 weeks, and then the various entities that provide them would come back and take them away. I think it'll be a great attraction that can be done safely. It certainly will be some income for us as well, and should draw a lot of interest. We're going to set up an awards program, bragging rights for the municipality that has the best display, the commercial business that has the display, and give them an award at the end of the 4 weeks. So the village board did approve the application at our meeting Monday, contingent upon the Parks O&M Committee approval as well.
All right, any comments from the committee? Yes, Mr. McGowan?
You said $500 a day, Mayor? Or $550 a day?
500.
It's we had lowered the price of the use to $750 a day for the entire year, but this obviously would be $500 a day. I don't see her being able to do this for $8,500 for 11 nights, and we did have a price for using the property for half a day for several events. And in truth, while the events are there, obviously, the people in the attendance would only be there from 5 until 9 p.m. Each evening. So that's where I think we can justify the $500 a day based on that.
So they gotta get, the first 100 people are gonna just be paying for it. I mean, I guess my question is I think this is a great opportunity to get people out in the open and get some fresh air and into the evening and help Lake George immensely. I mean, I just want to make sure that 500's all right. You know, if that's too high.
I think I've talked to her extensively about it, and she feels comfortable with that amount of money. She was actually willing to give us a check for that entire amount at our meeting Monday night, but I told her to wait until we get the full approval from the county board as well.
Well, thank you, Mayor Bliss. That if she's comfortable with that, I sure am. It's just an opportunity. I didn't want to. Since you've already discussed it, I just want to make sure we wouldn't miss out. I think it's a great opportunity.
Somebody want to make a motion on that?
I'll make that motion.
All right, Mr. McGowan made it, Edna seconded.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? None? Thank you, it passed. Kevin,
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
how about on the pending items?
Mr. Chairman, would it be okay if I made a comment?
Who am I speaking to?
It's Ryan.
Ryan, yes, go ahead.
No, the Economic Growth Committee spoke earlier today about how do you make it this a year-round tourism destination, and this is a small example of how you do it. You have people from the community that have good ideas like this that get supported, so thank you for the support.
Thank you for that comment. Appreciate it. All right, Kevin, anything on, what about on pending items? You're still talking about the wall?
We're still talking about the wall. So, you know, the bottom line, I think it's been talked about in the past. The drainage problem, the owner seems to think that the drainage problem is coming from the state's work on Route 9. The fact of the matter is that's not an issue. There is a runoff onto their property of water and then within their parking lot. And there's a low point between Route 9 and the retaining wall, that there's a drainage catchment there that basically catches the water in that area. We've looked at it. I don't want to say specifically what we're coming up with doing because I don't know if there's a definitive answer yet, but we're trying to see basically how much the solution would cost. And, you know, I think our next step would be to bring this to the owner and say, this is what we feel it should be. If the owner's not willing to do it at that point, I think our next step then would be is to have either the county or the village do the work. That would be discussing this with Mary and possibly going back after the owner of the Tiki for any charges for the work that we've done.
Mr. Dickinson, is that you? Yep. Mute.
Tough one.
Oh, he did it again. He muted himself again.
You're rebooted.
You're still,
I'm still talking, yeah.
there you go.
I was involved early on. There is some issue there about water coming off Route 9. He has options, the owner, to handle some of that in his front yard area. There's a depression there where they could hold quite a bit of water. The water then continues in a northerly direction, goes around the building, and about halfway down his property, it dumps over the side of the parking lot into our property from the environmental park. And there's a catch basin there, and the catch basin's not really doing anything, just diverting the water. The talk was to put some kind of retention in that area. There was some interest a while ago from the predominant two environmental groups in Lake George, the Fund for Lake George and Lake George Association, about helping out with this project monetarily. And I think we should pursue that. I think the owner needs to ante up as well, but if he does, I would pursue that before I got too carried away doing something else.
Kevin, you got your hand on?
I just wanted to say, I'm in agreement with Dennis. I don't necessarily want to go after the owner for it either. I want to come to some solution. I think we need to, the thing we're working on right now is the cost, what that cost would be. If we can, assist him in a design that is a minimal cost maybe to him, I think that's the first step that we want to take. If there is funding available from the other funds, that would be great. But the first thing is, he's got to stop some of the water on his property. And that's the solution we're looking for right now. Once I come up with a cost, and I think by next committee, I will have a cost. I think we'll have possibly, and Dennis, maybe with your help, reach out to the owner at that time when we have that cost. Maybe we can all sit down and have a meeting, and, see what he's willing to do or not do.
Kevin, I agree. I think once you have the cost, let me know, contact me, and I'd like to set up a meeting with the environmental groups in the town and the owner, whom I've met.
Will do.
And talk about the relative costs and what we expect him to do.
Okay.
He has a valid point. A lot of water is diverted off the Route 9 that jumps his driveway and comes into the property instead of going straight down the road. But he does have someplace he can do something at a minimal cost and retain some of that water. So, let's get together and have a meeting out there and see if we can work something out.
All right, thank you, Dennis, for your offer. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Gene.
Kevin?
You have nothing further, Chairman.
All right. How about privilege to the floor? We'll open it to public. Don, is there any questions?
No, Chairman Merlino, no questions at this point.
All right, thank you. How about a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Ms. Fraser?
Second.
Mr. Dennis, Mr. Dixon? All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.